All right, good late afternoon. Not quite evening yet, if evening is technically at 6 p.m. But almost. I just got back from the gym. I think I'm going to go ahead and do one more workout. I want to have a back day in the gym, and then that's it. Done with the gym, back to the basement, uh, just the basement for the next I don't know how many months, you know. So I don't know, man. It didn't seem like very many people tuned into the last video. I think because, what did I fucking put on there? I was talking about my bodybuilding deload, which that's important fucking information. If you're, the questions that I get from Instagram, Facebook, um, well, YouTube. I don't really see the YouTube is so much I really can't keep up with all of that, but sometimes people email me. Every day somebody emails me, but I get a lot of questions, and the questions that I get, some of these videos that I'm making go into great depth and completely explain exactly what a lot of these questions concern. And people aren't watching them, I guess, because that was an adjunct to something else, something more positive that I was talking about. Is that the video I said something about, well, it won't keep you warm? That was a different video. Oh, training at home versus training in the gym. Listen, if you're an old guy and you're trying to get your shit together, because I get a lot of emails from old guys trying to get their shit together. I get emails from young guys too, but I get enough from older guys that are asking for help, that this applies to all you guys, man. Applies to all you guys. So if you're interested, because I'm telling you, I'm going to be in mad shape this coming year. Mad shape. I'm already on my way, well on my way. More so than I have for the past, I don't know how many years. So, and this is going to be the last big hurrah because I'm too old. Too old to carry all this weight. And I'll tell you something else. If I have any kind of health issue along the way, betwixt now and this coming summer, like if I don't foresee injuries. I'm pretty strong right now. My connective tissue feels great with the supplements and stuff I'm taking. But if I have any gastrointestinal issues, like I said, at 60 years old, I've been eating and digesting food my entire life. Think about it, it's high mileage. It's like a high mileage engine or a high mileage car. So with the amount of food that I eat, and it's not crazy ridiculous because I'm staying pretty lean, but it's still, more than what a regular person would actually eat. So that has wear and tear on your body as well as everything else. So, but if I have any issues along the way, then I'm bailing. Then that means it's just not in the cards for me to have one last mighty run, So I have my heyday. It's not going to be skin off of my nose. I'll just downsize, detune and downsize, but that's what I'm going to do anyway. But I'm hoping it'll be this time next year I'll be on my downsizing, and that'll be what I'm going to maintain, more of just a fit, very lean physique, maybe a 230-pound physique, maybe 2 1/4 even. But if I don't have any issues and I can keep everything under control, and there's a lot to watch out for. So let's dive right into it. I've already explained how I do this. You can see the video where I'm talking about my bodybuilding deload. I strongly recommend that to you. If you're an older guy trying to get in shape, I totally recommend that to you. You don't just keep hammering and hammering at this age. You're going to end up with some chronic injury, some chronic, disability or something. So, because you just have too many miles on the body. So I would recommend, even if you're just coming back and trying to get in shape now and you're way out of shape, I would recommend that you do it exactly the way that I'm doing it. And that's in like a rotation type of thing, like a cyclical type of thing, where if you are really fat, if you're too fat, and if you're too fat, now I've just picked 12%. I don't want to get more than 12% because I don't want it to get out of hand now. So typically I could have walked around 13, 14%, usually. And I get lean sometimes, but right now, this has bulked up me at 12%. So, not a lot of fat. It's very manageable. So I'm doing it in these cycles, right? Like I've explained in several videos. I'll turn the carbs up, and I was only taking in like oatmeal type of shit and some other whole grain stuff, but only in the mornings. Only in the mornings to get those carbs up. And of course, I use my carb balloon. In either case, I use the carb balloon pre-workout. It doesn't matter if I'm on the part of the cycle where I'm leaning down or if I'm part of the cycle where I'm putting size on. So what I will do is I've even gone up now to eating rice, just because it's an easy no-brainer. Rice is a shitty food. Rice is not a high-quality fucking food that you should be pounding. Not as an older guy, not as an older person. The point is, it's a means to an end. So when I'm putting all this on my body and I'm putting the weight on, when I can't control the fat anymore, I've gained enough size and my body fat percentage has crept up to about 12%, then it's time to switch gears and do the lean down part of it, where I'm going to be on the treadmill. I'm going to be utilizing liquid L-carnitine, probably 3,000 milligrams, pre-cardio on an empty stomach, fasted, first thing in the morning. And then I won't have those carbohydrates like that throughout the day. I won't have them. I'm not going to go heavy on the carbohydrates then, but I'm not reducing calories. I don't do that starve it off shit. I don't turn the calories down. I turn the protein up to make up for the calories. I eliminate the carbohydrates except for my carb balloon, so that's always there. And that's only pre-workout, and I hammer that flatter than shit by the end of the workout. If you overdo it with too much carb balloon, that's not going to be good if you're trying to get lean. But if you can smash that blood sugar level, if you can smash that shit down pretty good by the end of your workout, then you're good. That's how much carb balloon you want to use. You want to use as much as you can hold, of course, but you don't want to overdo it to where your blood sugar's still high and that shit hasn't been all shoved into the muscles glycogen by the end of that workout. You want to not flatten it down like first thing in the morning when you get up, but you want it down pretty low. You want it down reasonably low. If you can't do it, then you got to train harder or longer, or you got to cut back on the carb balloon. So when I do the lean down part, all the carbohydrates come out, the protein comes up, and it would actually be ketosis if it wasn't for the carb balloon. The carb balloon is sufficient, and that's basically what I do. And any other carbohydrate I take in is going to be just almost a non-issue. It's going to be coming from maybe vegetable sources and things like that, so it's not going to be, and some might come from, I don't know, something that I put on top of my salad or whatever have you. I'm taking the carb balloon in. I'm not trying to get into ketosis, so I'm not paying a lot of mind to that. It works for me, okay? It works for me. So I do the lean down part as I've explained in other videos. And then when I get down to about 10%, and I'm feeling good cardiovascularly, my conditioning is good again, as far as how much wind I have and all that, heart's doing great, then I'll return to my little balking phase, in which case the cardio will cease, and I'll start to slowly turn the carbs back up, introduce the carbs again. So the calories basically stay the same, but as I'm getting bigger, they're going to creep up. They're going to creep up some as I'm a bigger organism. I'm going to need more calories. But when I'm getting bigger, that in that phase of the circuit, the carbohydrates, well, there's enough of a caloric surplus to gain, but there's still not a lot of crazy fat and shit. But other than healthy fats, and you can overdo that too. So you got to just look at the mirror and look at the scale and see what you're looking like too as you go. Feel it out. Your body's not going to act the same as it did when you were a kid anymore. So you have to rediscover and figure out where you're at now. So then when I go to get big again and I'm off of the treadmill and I'm down to 10% body fat, and I want to put some size on and I'll go back up to 12%, there are rounds. I will cut actually literally when I'm bulking up like that, the protein comes down a little bit, and I replace those calories with carbohydrates, which is not a difficult thing to do. So if there's a difference in calories, the calories may be a little tiny bit higher most days on my bulking phase than when I'm cutting down. And it's not like it's even purposely designed that way. It's just that it's not that important that I have to monitor every single calorie. It's just not the way that I do it, because what offsets those additional calories when I want to lean down is carbohydrates have come out, the proteins come up. Protein's the most thermogenic macro. Look up, Google thermic effect of food and learn this. I have painstakingly thorough videos with studies and everything else that I put up a few years back. I used to go into great detail to explain it. People just don't seem, and then you wonder why you're having a difficult time, right? I'm telling you the best way to do it, and especially if you're an older guy. Make sure there's plenty of water. Water's got to be there. You're going to turn that protein up, water's got to be there. Water's got to be there anyway. And you want to make sure and monitor your blood pressure. You want that blood pressure under control, man. Blood pressure destroys kidneys. You understand that, right? Especially in a high protein diet. Now, you can find studies that say high protein diets may or may not affect your kidneys in a negative way. But I can fucking assure you, if your blood pressure is too high and you're taking in more protein on a daily basis, that's going to do your kidneys more damage than if you were taking in less protein with the high blood pressure. So you want to keep that blood pressure under control. The other thing that you're going to need, every day I take in 500 milligrams of 500 milligrams of TUDCA. 500 milligrams of TUDCA, and I take 1,000 milligrams of NAC. Then it's just for my organs and stuff. And I take in the 500 milligrams of TUDCA during my little bulking phase. So when I go to cut down, lean down, drop some body fat cycle, the TUDCA goes up to 1,000 milligrams a day, 1 gram. And I take 500 in the morning, right after the cardio, still an empty stomach. It's the first thing goes in there is water, TUDCA, sport formula, and the NAC I'll take later in the day. But I'll take the TUDCA twice a day, 500 and 500. Take it in the morning, always, but then I take it again a second time in the afternoon or early evening when I'm cutting down, when I'm dropping the weight, because the TUDCA improves the conversion of T4 into T3 in your body, thyroid hormone. You produce T4 and T3, but the T4 has to be converted into T3 in the liver, and then the T3 is what controls your metabolism. That's the thyroid hormone that's going to help you burn body fat off or speed your metabolism up, give you a helping hand. So that's what I use the TUDCA for, and I can feel the difference. I don't buy or utilize anything that hasn't proven itself to be effective. I've tried other things over many years, was not effective for me, so I don't use it. So what other little details are there? Then there's just other shit like I've been eating a lot more beef. And again, that's not, that can be a risky thing to eat too as an older person because again, your digestive system has so many miles on it. But I eat a good bit of beef. I only eat, when I buy any steak or whatever, it's always tenderloin, so it's always grass-fed, organic beef. There's a fucking difference. You could make 2 steaks, one tenderloin, grass-fed organic, and one tenderloin not, and I can tell you which is which from taste. If everything else is equal, you cook them exactly the same, they're flavored exactly the same, if you season them, I can tell you which one is which. There's a drastic difference in between what they taste like. So I think there's a drastic difference in the quality, period. So I use that because I'm hoping I'm not getting a whole bunch of contaminants and shit, and pollutants and toxins, that again are going to make things more difficult on any of my organs, in my digestive system too, because it's already beef as it is. I also eat a lot of ground beef. I eat a great deal of ground beef. Great deal. I probably eat the steak maybe 3 times a week. The ground beef I eat daily. And again, ground beef is organic, grass-fed ground beef. And I eat a great deal of that every day. When I'm balking, I just eat it with rice. I make a bag of rice, I throw the rice in there, I make a brick of fucking beef, I throw the beef in there, I put some onions, some garlic, you know, all that bullshit. And I just eat it like that. You know, I don't know what else. I take every day. Of course, take my sport formula every day to fill in any blanks or any place where things aren't ideal for the micronutrient category of things. And I've always been doing that for many years. It's proven itself. It works effective. I can feel a difference when I'm using it and when I'm not using it. So there's no reason to ever not use it. I also use Sport Formula's collagen peptides. I take that every single day, collagen every single day. I also use Sport Formula's omega-3 fish oil capsules. And I'll take one of those every evening. Every evening. That's made a huge, drastic difference. I think it aids in digestion. I think it aids in, it helps in everything. Of course, it's going to lubricate your joints, you know, but I don't really have joint problems anyway. So that's what I would recommend. And then if you can train with free weights, if you don't have a facility at home or in the garage or in the basement to train with free weights, then it doesn't really matter what you have as long as you have enough, you know. You can do very basic shit and make excellent progress. Trust me, that's what I do. And then I will do that, of course, for months. And then I will go into the gym when I feel my body needs a break. And it takes a long time right now. I'm really rolling along quite well and feel very healthy, very strong, feel great. So I've been able to bang down here and push weight, bang and clang the weights for since March, and then I just returned to the gym for these past 3 weeks. I went today and did chest. I want to go tomorrow, or maybe I'll skip tomorrow and go the next day, do back, and then I'll be done with the gym. And then I'll be back in the basement again. You know, so when I'm down here, it's all basic. If you don't have a facility, like I said, at home, and you go to the gym, use free weights. Don't be self-conscious. If you're not going to move a ton of weight, it doesn't matter. Get full range of motion because you're older. You need full range of motion. Warm up. For me, an effective warm up is to mimic the exact exercise I'm getting ready to do, but much, much, much lighter with high reps. Just warm up, get that blood moving in there. You know, so stick to your free weights. If you want to use a little bit of some kind of cable, apparatus, or machine just for your warm-ups, you know, that's fine. But then when you get to your free weights, that's your serious shit. Hammer your body with the free weights and stick to free weights. Pick a free weight exercise over everything else. Always go with a free weight exercise first and foremost. Dumbbells, barbells, whatever have you. And I'm not talking about plate-loaded leverage machines. No, that's a machine still. You want to use the stabilizers, all that crap, because you're an older guy and this shit matters. It matters to you. For you to remain fully functioning, it matters. It makes a drastic difference. Then when you've done that long enough, you've made good progress and every other thing, you will see the reward very clearly when you go back and rotate back to your little deload thing and you do all machines, all cables. And machines include the plate-loaded leverage like hammer strength and shit. When you go back to that, I can guarantee you that the weight will feel like weights that seemed heavy before you did all the free weight shit for months will now seem very light, and you'll need to put more weight on. So always err on the side of caution because you're old. You know, injury takes you out of the game. Progress can be consistent even if it's slow. Like me, I'm making great progress as far as I'm concerned. I'm taking 2 steps forward and 1 back, 2 steps forward and 1 back. Every time I rotate this around with the balking little period and then the cutting little period and the balking little period and the cutting little period. But I still end up a step ahead every time, a step ahead every time. So I'm still bigger and I'm still lean. So, and then when we get closer to where I want to be, I'm hoping to go, we'll see, then I'll get real lean. I'll get down maybe 8% or so. We'll see. But that's going to be months. That's going to be months because I'm just now really starting to break that boundary, that threshold where I really am now getting big. All right, so that's it. Got any questions? Like I said, you can reach me on Instagram. I'll try to answer when I can. You can reach me on fucking Facebook. You can reach me on email. Email address is right there on the front page of the YouTube channel. All right, so that's what I do. That's how I do it. That's how I recommend you do it. All the questions that I get, and I'll try to still answer you personally when I can. But all the questions I get, I have more than addressed in these videos. So, you guys take care, have a wonderful night, and good luck.